Welcome to a Paycheck Away Game Master training. This video has 5 tips for being a good Game Master. The Game Master Guide has almost all the information you need to facilitate in a Paycheck Away game, so study it first, but there is no substitute for experience. We put these clips together to give you a little bit of an advantage before you lead your first game. The game goal is simple, but it's not easy to do. Use a combination of choice and chance to earn enough money to get yourself and as many of your fellow players as possible out of homelessness within 3 months. As in real life, your opportunities will be constrained by your circumstances and by luck, good and bad. As Game Master, you'll have a few key roles in gameplay. You're the rule keeper, the township trustee who can distribute poor relief aid, and of course, the facilitator of the experience. It's your job to keep things moving and make sure players have a good experience. To help you out, we have 5 easy tips for you to put into practice when leading a game. Tip number 1. Use the Game Master Guide during play. If you follow it line by line, it will walk you through how to handle every turn and the end of the month. All the basics are included, and if you study it beforehand, plus use it during the game, you'll be in great shape. Tip number 2. Let your players do their own budgeting. This is as much for them as it is for you. Yes, it saves you time and effort, so you can focus on what happens next, but it also gives players the full gameplay experience. They wouldn't be learning what homelessness is like if you did all the math for them. Tip number 3. Make your own rules when necessary. This one is harder for newbie game masters to get their heads around. Real-life homelessness is full of gray areas, and so is this game. You really do have full authority to bend or break the rules in the game when situations come up. Don't worry. Specific issues tend to come up for each character, and you can be ready for them. For example, if Steven gets a job too quickly before he has received substance abuse treatment, you can decide that his boss has discovered his drug problem and fire him from the job. That's realistic, right? If Janine and her kids are not able to stay in the homeless shelter for a second month, you can decide as the shelter director that you have found space for them to stay anyway. They might have to bunk up, but it's better than nothing. If Willa's husband Dave gets a job that he needs to drive to, you can decide whether it's possible for Willa and Dave to carpool, or if Dave cannot take the job because the shifts compete. And Martin, poor Martin, he's a tough character to play in this game. If he wishes to take a job, you can decide if his health conditions prevent him from taking the job or not. You also get to decide how long he stays in the homeless shelter. Got it? Good. Tip number 4. Keep the game moving fast. It's up to you to make the decisions you need to get the game back on track if players get confused. Seriously, some of the best game masters have made up their own rules in the middle of a game. It's fine. In tip number 5, practice playing the roles yourself. Set up the game board, lay out the pieces, and just go through a month drawing cards and paying bills for each character. If you do this for all 4 characters, the big issues will come up pretty quickly. I hope you found all 5 of these tips helpful, and we have more videos to help get you going too. Video number 2 shows you how to start the game, and number 3 has gameplay scenarios to test your knowledge. But remember, there's only so much we can explain in these short video clips. Read that Game Master Guide, okay? Thanks, and good luck.